All right, good morning, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate those of you who just got your A-level results. Okay, high five. Now, for those of you who didn't actually achieve as expected, do not be discouraged. There are plenty of opportunities out there, and it's not the end of the world. So, my name is Thomas Chu. I am the host for today's webinar. And today we're going to talk about, how to apply medicine in our university, RUMC. So we all know the process of applying this medical school can be very laborious and sometimes troublesome. So today's webinar session, we're going to address some of these issues and we will introduce you to our new application portal. Now, a disclaimer, this application process is only applicable for RUMC and it is not generalized to be used any other medical schools. Okay, so please check with respective university what kind of procedure they expect you to go through. Okay, so we have done this webinar before 2 months ago in June. If you can see in our YouTube channel, you can also get the feedback from there. But this video, we're going to update you a little bit about our new platform. Okay, so the old version is not in use anymore. So if you find it is a surprise that why there is sudden change, so this video will help you to fill up all those applications that you needed. There are some major changes in this new version, and there are some upgrades. But essentially, the essential things are all intact. So later, I'm gonna go through the entire portal with you guys. If you find any, trouble in, uploading documents, or is there any field that you don't understand? So before we start into the details, I'd like to say this is a live session. You can drop me any question in the ask your question box in your webinar site. So you just type in your questions, and because of the delay between this streaming and also getting your question and all, I'll be answering your question at the end of the presentation. But I will read out aloud your questions, and I'll do that later on after the presentation. So if you're watching this on PC or laptop, you can follow along as I brief you through the entire application process. But if you're watching this on a mobile or a tab, you can't do that. But it's fine. You can actually look at this video again later on. Because we're going to record this. This is being recorded as well. So later you can go to our YouTube channel. We will send out links to you guys if you have registered on the webinar. So we will send out the link to you guys later on after this video. Okay, now without further ado, if you're ready, let us just go to our, So this is what you will see, first of all, if you go to our website. All right. So how do you apply? I believe all of you know what the address is, right? The first of all, I think I want to recommend you guys to stay on the 720 pixel so that you can get the clearer text, because if you're watching this in the lower resolution, you can't actually see a lot what I'm doing on the screen. So if you can watch it in full screen so you can get all the details I'm showing you. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to show you guys the entire application portal as you go by. So some of this text might be small. Now, if you have not visited our website before, I believe all of you does, just do a no-brainer thing. It's www.pmc.edu.my. Now you see the top banner here saying apply now. You can just click on that green button saying apply now. Now, so you scroll down, so you can read a lot of all this information here. Now, we have actually 5 programs in our university, but today I'm not going to talk about foundation or pre-medical or the master's program. Essentially, they all go through the same portal. They go through the same kind of process. But today, we're just going to talk about medicine. And because we're going to start this medicine very soon. It's actually coming month. So if you guys haven't submit your application, I can encourage you to do immediately, because there are some process we need to go through, such as admissions interview, and we still have to arrange accommodation and everything. Now, coming back here, medicine with RCSI or UCT, just click on here, or you can click on this handsome doctor over here. All right. So you will be linked into the page we're solely talking about medicine undergraduate medicine, sorry. Now, as you go down, okay, now you see there is this list of required documents. You need to actually upload them, and some of these documents has to be couriered over. Now, for a simple explanation here, I'm just gonna pop into this screen. Now, maybe you can pause the video and copy this down on your list. So these are the things that what you need to upload, right? The birth certificate. If you're Malaysian, you have to submit your NRIC or my card. The passport detail page, final or forecast result from your pre-U program like A level, IB, STPM, and so on and so forth. Right? The fifth item will be IELTS, the English proficiency. If you have 1119 English during your SPM, or you have done the IGCSE English, it's acceptable. Just submit it. And six is your high school results. So whether it's IGCSE, SPM, or from a foreign high school, we will accept that as well. And CV basically you had to write up in a document, like a Word document, to list down everything that you have done previously in your high school or in your college level. Okay. Lastly, if you are a mature student, you're applying from a graduate entry, you can actually send us your university transcript as well and the certificate. Now, I got a lot of you asking me questions like, what documents to be couriered over since I have uploaded them. All right, by ministry's requirement, we need the certified true copies, to be kept as a documentation. Later on, if KDN come and check us out, we can actually show them we have valid proof that the student have a valid document. So that's the reason why we need your documents to be notarized. So what are to be couriered? So you see on our website, there are two blue underlined words, which is called the confidential statement and medical report. Those are the two documents that you need to click on the website. Later I'll show you where. You need to download the documents, all right? And then you have to fill that up, okay? The confidential statement, you have to pass to your curriculum advisor or your academic advisor or counselor. They will have to fill that up for you, and they have to sign off and stamp the college stamp, right? And then for medical report, you really have to send this up to your personal GP or in the clinic, and you must attach it with a hepatitis B blood test if you haven't done so. All right, so these are the things that supposed to be confidential, and that's the reason why you cannot upload them onto our website. So you have to courier them over. So once you courier them, it is best that you courier everything together at once, so to save money and time, right? So you can copy this list down. What are the things that you need to courier over? Okay. Now, later, I don't have the address here. So if you have questions about our address, where to send to, later on, we will send you an email of what to do, okay? So not to worry about that. Now, coming back, I will show you to our portal. Now, this is the two blue words that I'm talking about, medical report and confidential statement. You need to click on them, right? And download them. It's a form. Okay, yeah, something like this, right? Okay, now next, scroll down. This is where you go into the application portal. Look at this red word here, begin online application. Well, I usually right click on it and open a new tab so I don't mess with what I have on this page, so I can refer back. So you should see something like this, all right? A beautiful campus and with CSI material. All right, if you come here in this page, now I have a account that has already existing, so I'm just gonna Oops, what did I do? Okay, I just gonna key in my account. So if you have not created an account before, you can go down here and click on register. All right, so you click on register, you will see this purple sign up thing come out. So you basically just have to type out in your things. So I can say my name is Thomas, and you just put in your email address. And ID type, you can choose either IC or passport. Depends. If you are Malaysian, you can use your IC. If you are a foreigner, if you can choose passport. Okay, so here you can just type in your number, right? And then mobile number, your contact number as well. So please add in your country codes in before. Maybe you come from other countries. Yeah, you just put that in as well. All right, since I already have an account, so I will just go back in to sign in page. Okay, so this is the sign in page. So I'm just going to go with my existing account. So I'm just going to log in here. Okay, I'm just going to wait it to load up. Okay, sorry for the technical error just now. That screen, it takes a very long time to load. So we just kind of later, maybe you can watch back our video and we'll do some editing on that. Okay. Okay. So now we want to go back to where we left off. Yeah, let's just switch back to the screen. Okay. So sorry about that. Okay. Let's just continue with what we left off just now. It takes a very long time to load, so I don't know what's wrong with the internet, but when we check with other things, it should work. Okay, so if you have an account already, so you just type in your email and your password and log in. Okay, session expired. How come? But again. Okay, now we are in business. Now, so if you have not made an application before, there's nothing to show for underneath, but I actually done some preliminary ones. So for those of you who have actually not done any before, you just click apply now, then it will links to, yeah, this one. So I'm just gonna go through everything. Then I'll show you how to go through. There are total of 6 steps here. Okay. So the first step is that you go through all these mandatory fields are marked with a red asterisk. So if you're not international, not international, you just click and switch it. And here, I'm just gonna use IC. And well, can just put in whatever number here. I mean your IC number or your passport numbers. Okay, this is no, date of birth. Oh, come on. Never mind. Now name. Just put your name. So forget about that name I put there. It's just for example. Okay. Well, all right. So it's very straightforward. Miss, and it's a female. How comes a female? So birthplace. Yeah, of course I'm actually doing this on an example basis, so I'm not going to give real information here. So for those of you who don't follow what I'm doing here, okay, please you have to submit a real information in order for us to process your application. Okay, so date of birth, so I'm just gonna go with July 19 2000 1973. So by the way, this is yeah, never mind. That's not important. Okay, so you just put in your birth date, your email. Make sure the email is the email that you use for your login, and for contact number, nationality, and yeah, for race, right? There are many race in Malaysia. So if you are not from Malaysia, you can just put in others. You can type it in as well. Just others if you're not listed here, and religion as well. I know there are also a lot more religion out there, but there's only big 5 here. So if you're none of this, you can just put others as well. Okay, marital status, they are married or single. Okay, you just choose, and whether you are disabled or not, you just let us know. Now down here, although it's not a mandatory field, but we encourage you to fill that up because if we do have to send you a mail, a physical mail, this will come in handy. Okay, so you just put in your living correspondent addresses. Now, this is a part where it's a little bit more tricky. I know some of you have not actually been recruited by anyone. You actually make an application or by your own. Okay, so you could actually leave this blank and move on. You don't have to fill anything here. If you are recruited by, internally by an RUMC staff, um, you could actually, yeah, just put this. Maybe you just come from online, and if you are recruited by marketing staff, there's no list here. So if you are, know the name of the marketing staff, let's say for myself, you can just type, oh, where's my, okay, Thomas, here it didn't pop up, right? So I'm not a marketing staff. Never mind. So there's a little bit tweak to do because this is a new system. A lot of things are yet we're still working on some of these features. So this part you can leave entirely blank out if you're not. And hostel as well. If you require hostel, let us know. Right? There is no room type here yet because there are a lot of different rooms here. So you just put yes, and we will know. All right. So next, save and continue. Okay, some of you already given some questions. I'll be coming back to those questions after my presentation, going through all this. Okay, I'll read out your questions, I'll answer them. Now, moving on, the second section would be the context. And this is important because context, it includes your emergency contact as well. So when you put in your contact detail, all right, so maybe I'm just gonna put my father. And if you are, right, here, I'm gonna put, right. This is funny, right? If you are Doctor Strange fans out there, yeah, high five. So I'm just gonna put some of these things down. 3, 4, 5, right? And he's a wizard, right? So don't follow what I do. So I'm just basically doing this for example, right? And where he stay, he probably stay, and yeah, you put the real address. So maybe 123, San Green Street, Well, this is actually ArcCSI's address. Well, okay, city maybe in Dublin and Ireland. I know he's not Irish, but I'm just gonna put in some. Okay, there you go. There's no state, so you just put others. Okay, and postcode. Right. Okay, state is required. All right, it's appear that there are some problem here. All right, not to worry. Let's put it back to Malaysia. There you go. Okay, now if you're not from Malaysia, I'm sorry. I guess there's some technical error there as well. We need to look into. So if you're not from Malaysia, for the contact details here, right? It appears that state has set to mandatory. So the countryside, I know if you're not from Malaysia, I think temporarily for the sake of putting all this in, yeah, you had to put Malaysia and put others here. Okay, just for temporarily. Okay, now next, going to programs. Okay, programs, there are a lot of intake here. So you're applying for this year's intake, 2018 September. So this is the one that you are looking for, unless you are applying for the next intake would be this one. So for this round, okay, it already exists, so it's starting soon. Okay, so we can start applying for next year, and the campus. What is? Okay, it appears that I have another account that I'm already selected this intake, so that's why the system say I have an existing program. Okay, never mind. I'll just move on from here. I think I'll just go back and update my application instead of make a new one. So yeah, you see I've made a few example here. Okay, basically you can update your application if you have not submitted them. So this is what I have already included here. So this I have already went through. Now you can see my name over there. All right, next contact. So I actually put that in as well. So now, since I have already selected 2018 September here, that's why I cannot make the same selection on the other one. So now here I can select Penang campus and full-time program. Okay, where they are? Foundation in Science. Oh, okay. Sorry, it was wrong month. It's supposed to be if it is this is 05. This May. May is only a foundation in science intake. So I should be clicking on this one. Sorry. So 2018 September. Now, yeah, you can see these four different programs here. All right. So bachelor in science, medicine and surgery. Okay. So there we go. So you choose your course. There are two course mandatory here. So you just put them in. Uh, Actually, I want to clarify there is no part time for our medicine program, even it shows here. So, yeah, it's better to just put full time over there. Okay, if you're applying for other programs like Masters in Science in Public Health or Masters in Science in Health Research, these programs, Masters in Public Health is a full time program, okay, and Health Research is a part time program. So you can actually get this information on our website as well. So for this session, I'm just going to focus on Bachelor in Surgery, Medicine and Surgery. Now, save, going to the next one. Um, Now, coming to documents. All right, here, you should be able to upload all these documents here. All right, this is the list that where you can actually go back to our very first video. I have actually show you around what are the documents that are required that you can upload. All right, so there you can actually upload whichever file that you need to upload. And the update here is that instead of 1 MB, now it has increased to 25 MB. So, you know, you can drag your file and put it in here. So this is document type, which is actually the same as the outside one. So birth certificate, and you just click here, the browser will open, and then you just upload the, you know, your scanned documents in here. So I don't have any documents to upload here. So for just for the sake of example, show you how it's done. No, because I don't have file yet. So yep. So I'm just gonna open this and say, let's say this is really your birth certificate and upload. Okay, so there, it changed to blue color. So once you have all this upload, it will change entirely into blue color. All right. So next, save and continue. This is hi Rick Sanchez. Well, yeah, you can upload your personal photos, same concept as well. You just choose from the file, like you just put on your face. So this is actually important because we need to know, you know, how you look like in so that we can match up with eventually your documents that sent to us. All right. Now, sorry, I should click cancel. Right, save and continue, and voila. So this is the end of the process, review and submit. So it will just show everything that you have uploaded so far. And if you are confident that this is going to, you know, make you through to the admissions process, you can just submit the application here. All right. So click, let's go and click on submit. Okay, don't worry about this. All right. This one is just a screen that's supposed to tell you that you have submitted your application. So, so once you have clicked on submit, right, you will actually have an email sent to you, and say that your your application has been submitted. So not to worry, once you got into all these things, our staff will actually email you and tell you that, okay, what are the additional documents that you have not submitted. Okay, now I think it has been a long video. I think these are all kind of self-explanatory. So now I'm just going to go into some of your questions. Okay, now let's come to the question. We have the first one, Muhammad Al Junaid. Say thanks for the webinar. This is application process for September 2018 or 19. It's actually it's the same process for every year. Unless we have a different platform again, but I think that's not going to happen. So this is applicable for every intake, whether it's for foundation in May or in the degree program, postgraduate program in September. And the second question asking, okay, by Yulia. Okay, hi Yulia, thank you for your question. You asked, is this a full scholarship program? So we do have full scholarship program, but it has already been awarded for this year's intake. So if you want to apply for a scholarship, right, you can do that in the next intake in September. And in fact, you can check on our website. You can see undergraduate medicine scholarship. There is a deadline as well. It's starting in November, so you can actually put in your application there. And the deadline is set to be on the last week of May. So yeah, we encourage you, as long as you get your pre-U results and everything, you can just put in an application. But before you are eligible to apply for the scholarship, you have to apply for admissions first. What I mean is that you must get an offer to study with us before you are eligible for the scholarship. Okay, so maybe I just give you some more tips about our scholarship application. Well, you can actually download the form from our scholarship website, and you can see that there is some question in there. So you can start planning on how do you answer those essay questions, right? Because the entire scholarship will not only look at your pre-U results, we will also mark your essays and based on it to shortlist students for interview. So, okay, so that's a little bit tips on how do you apply for our scholarship. Now, is there any more questions? Okay, if you do have any other questions, you could always email us, all right? And I'll be sure to send you an email after this saying, thank you, you guys are awesome. Sorry for taking such a long time and there's some hiccups in the technical side. Yeah, thank you for your attention. I know this is a little bit long video that we uploaded this time. So if you do have any questions, you just send us an email on the we'll send you an email, okay? inquiry@rcsiucd.edu.my. If you don't get it verbally, you can go to our website to have a look, or we will email you. You check on the email, we have the address there. Okay, so coming back also about the courier document as well, the address, yeah, you have to check it out there as well. So where to send, right? Okay, so I think that's all for today, guys. I really thank you and appreciate your attention and your participation in this. All right, thank you. Bye.